into a space where beauty meets authenticity and transformation is not just a possibility, but a promise. I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you to someone truly special, Dr. Rukmini Rednam, the compassionate force behind the countless remarkable transformations in the vibrant city of Houston, Texas. Picture this: every curve, every contour crafted with care and expertise, not just by a board-certified plastic surgeon, but your very own cheerleader for self-discovery and confidence. Get ready to embark on a journey where we explore the art of science of feeling your very best self. This isn't just a podcast. It's your cozy corner of empowerment and inspiration. So pull up a chair, pour yourself a cup of kindness, and let's dive into the Confidence Doc podcast with Dr. Rukmini Rednam.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rednam, and welcome to the Confidence Doc podcast. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon in the Houston area with My Houston Surgeons. Today, let's talk a little bit about why wintertime is such a popular time for cosmetic surgery. A lot of people think summertime might be popular, and I will tell you with my patients who are teachers, it absolutely is. But honestly, wintertime for plastic surgeons, and honestly all surgeons, is a really, really busy time. It's a time where people have a little extra time off. They don't necessarily need to take as much time off from work. If you live in a place like I do, Houston, where it is the surface of the sun in the summer, it's just cooler. It's more pleasant if you're wearing compression, you're having other procedures done. In general, people just enjoy having a little bit more time to breathe and a little bit less heat to recover and relax when you're getting surgeries done. I think that the winter time also is just a time where people are kind of like ready to, you've thought through it the whole year and you're like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to pull the trigger. I'm ready to have my surgery. So what are some of the popular surgeries that happen in the winter time? Tummy tucks are extremely popular. This is a body contouring procedure. We're able to shape things. You might have had put on a little extra weight, or you might have worked really hard through the year and lost weight. So it's a perfect time to have it. Body contouring in general is extremely popular in the wintertime. Other procedures that I find are very, very popular in the wintertime are arm lifts. I love arm lifts. I talk about them all the time. It is not the procedure for someone who feels like they have a little bit of extra jiggle. It is a procedure for someone who hides their arms, someone who really is not able to wear sleeveless shirts, someone who potentially was born with just an unusual kind of fat distribution and they're super self-conscious about it. It's perfect for the winter time because you can wear long sleeves and you can heal, and by the time your scars have faded, you look great, your swelling's down, it's summertime and you're wearing everything and anything sleeveless. So I think that is absolutely a very, very popular winter surgery. Another one is face and neck lifts. Again, it's chillier. You can wear scarves. You can wear a turtleneck. And so it's kind of a time where if you're not somebody that feels comfortable with being obvious that you've had something done, you can recover and heal if you have bruising, things like that. It's colder. You feel more. You don't feel so weird to have things wrapped up and people being like, oh, what did you do? Where did you go? And it really, having time off from work is huge, right? So if you have that little bit of time, you just had a really relaxing holiday and you come back, and if you were a more private person, people don't necessarily need to know about it. So that's why I think that really it's a big time of year for having cosmetic surgery. I'm all for being honest and open about what you've had, but I get it. We all have different comfort levels. So if you are somebody that has thought about cosmetic surgery and you're like, I just don't know when to do it, I will tell you again, wintertime is one of the best times for you to do it where it's not obvious. You have plenty of time to heal. You don't have to worry about taking too much time off from work, depending on what you do for a living, of course. And it gives you that motivation to look amazing for the new year. So give it a thought if it's anything you've ever thought about. Maybe wintertime is the right time for you. Let's say you're listening to this though, and you're like, you know what, I'm not sure that the holidays are the time I want to be kind of in bed and feeling uncomfortable because I've got parties to go to, I've got other things to go to. I will find that the next most popular time is actually more in the springtime. You would think New Year's because everyone's like, get my New Year's body. But really, I find that New Year's is a time to focus on health and really maybe getting yourself into great shape for surgery. New Year's is generally not the time, while even though I do see a lot of patients at that point, it's not the time to say, I don't feel great about how I look and things like that. I haven't done any of the work for it. I'm just going to go ahead and have surgery. I think that I love the New Year's sentiment of let's get healthy, let's get moving, let's make resolutions. But often to me, the resolution shouldn't just be let's have surgery to get there. Surgery, which I've talked about numerous times, is a part of a journey, but it's not the only part of it. If you're not in that place where you're healthy and you're active and you're going to be able to do all the maintenance afterwards, then New Year's really isn't the time to say, okay, let's start, let's get that body, and then I'll figure out all these things afterwards. So I'm not a big fan of surgery for my New Year's resolution. I am a big fan of let's get healthy, let's get active, and maybe surgery is going to be part of my New Year's resolution down the road. Let's talk about some other popular treatments that aren't necessarily surgical that people will often have in the wintertime. One of my favorites is laser. It is the laser season. So I've personally had a couple different laser treatments. I've had a halo laser, and this particular laser does really, really well from a pigmentation standpoint and a texturing standpoint. It does have a little bit of swelling associated with it, but I love using exosomes with it, which really help you recover and heal quite quickly. I can tell you when I personally had it, maybe a couple days of a little extra swelling, nothing in my case to write home about, and I think it makes a huge difference. Again, wintertime is great from a standpoint if you're living in a place that doesn't get a ton of sun in the wintertime, then you don't have to worry as much about I'm giving up having my direct sunlight and being outside and having a good time. Another thing that's really popular during the wintertime is radiofrequency microneedling. So microneedling itself is a really great treatment. Radiofrequency microneedling is like that on steroids, right? So now you're getting the effects of microneedling, but you're also getting heat energy that's delivered depending on your device at different depths. My personal favorite is the Virtue RF. This is actually a device carried by Cartessa, but it is a Korean-based device. And listen, we all know the Koreans know their skincare. They know what they're doing. And why I like it is it's actually a very comfortable device to have. I will not tell you that anything is completely pain-free because beauty is a little bit of pain. But compared to its other competitors, it absolutely is so much more comfortable. Topical anesthetic is really all that's necessary to have the procedure. Generally, it's something you're going to do in a series of 3, and what it's going to help with again is texturing, tightening, and really just giving you that really nice glow. A lot of people will ask me like, well, why would I do this and that? Like, this sounds like they all do the same things, but understand that all of these devices are treating things in slightly different ways. So you're going to get by combining them, and I'm not saying to do all this at one day, but by combining these things, you're basically just using different modalities to keep things looking really, really beautiful. One of my other favorites is the Helix CO2 laser. I really love this laser because it is safe for all skin types. And I'll repeat that, it's safe for all skin types. Now, CO2 is not traditionally something that someone with a darker skin type, so somebody with my skin type or even darker, wouldn't ever do normally because we have a severe risk of having pigmentation issues, whether it's hyper or hypopigmentation. But with the Helix, because you can adjust it and you can adjust the delivery and how you actually get this heat energy, you can actually safely have CO2 as somebody with darker skin color. It may mean that you need to do shorter series and do more of them. You may not be able to have that one mega treatment like you might with lighter skin colors, but isn't it worth it to get a really great result? CO2 does a beautiful job from a texture standpoint as well as a tightening standpoint. These are all things which many celebrities will talk about as being all natural, right? You are being all natural. You're using devices, but you're not actually putting anything into you other than stimulating your own body to heal. So you absolutely can still say, if that's important to you, you're all natural because you're just using these different devices to stimulate your own body's response to improve your skin quality and texture. So I like doing all of these in different times, staggering them so that way you're kind of giving your body, you're challenging your body in many different ways to stimulate collagen and improve how things look. On top of it, there's a lot of basic things you can do. Hydrofacials are amazing, and they're amazing to do all year round. In the winter, they're particularly nice, especially when you live in a cold place because you're going to have drier skin, and you need to exfoliate that. When you have dull skin, dry skin, it makes your skin look very like you don't have that brightness. You look dull. But just by exfoliating your skin, you're going to notice that you have brighter skin and healthier skin. Our skin is an organ, and like anything else, it needs to breathe. And so these are really simple things to do. In some of those procedures I talked about before, I'll often combine these so you can be asleep while you're doing that, and we'll just do this at the same time. Hydrofacial is something I will tell you has absolutely no discomfort at all, and honestly feels wonderful. It's like little bubbles all over your face. And that's something that can be safe for all skin types. So remember, wintertime is absolutely laser non-invasive treatment time because now, again, you have time off work. You don't really need to worry about things. I wouldn't suggest doing any lasers or microneedling type of things right before going to a party, but November, early December is the perfect time to do all of these things. Thank you so much for listening to this wintertime episode of the Confidence Doc podcast. We are in season 3 now, and it has been an amazing time. We can't wait to share our amazing lineup for the 2025 year.
As we wrap up another episode of the Confidence Doc, I want to extend our heartfelt thank you for being a part of our community. If today's conversation resonated with you, remember that Dr. Rednam and her team are here to support you on your journey to self-confidence and beauty. Your story is unique, and it's our privilege to help you create the masterpiece that is your life. If you'd like to book a consultation with Dr. Rednam, you can visit her webpage at drrukminirednam.com. Fill out a contact form, and one of her coordinators will get with you accordingly.